Meds Made Easy. My name is Tarun. Today we're going to talk about melatonin. I love melatonin. It is used for sleep or work shift disorders. So people that like work overnight, or if you're traveling and you're traveling across the world where the time difference is like 8 to 10 hours and your sleep gets thrown off, melatonin helps you regulate this. So this is great. So anytime if you're going to, I think Europe should be fine, but if you go anything beyond that and then you're like say in Asia, Africa, whatever, taking melatonin as soon as you get on the flight kind of is like a good way to modulate yourself. So how does melatonin work? The thing is, it's kind of a vitamin. It's a hormone that's already made by our body. This is not something that's like an ambient that's foreign to your body, right? Your body every night when you start dimming out down the lights, the sun goes down, as darkness is introduced into your night, your brain starts to produce melatonin. That's how it works from your pituitary gland. And so that's why we kind of have that whole thing where during the day and then the sun dips and nighttime is when we sleep. That's a circadian rhythm. That's kind of how it works. So you tend to start falling asleep because your body starts to produce melatonin. When it produces enough, you fall asleep. So for people that may have any issues, stress, something that kind of throws that whole process off, taking a little bit of exogenous melatonin is not a problem at all. It's actually very safe. You don't want to take any sleep medication for too long, but for the times that you do need it, this is a great one. As far as dosages go, I've seen it anywhere as low as like 1 milligram, 3, 5, 6, all the way up to 10 milligrams. You just kind of have to see what works for you. If it's a child under 12, you do not use this medication. Talk to the pediatrician about your alternatives. But for an adult, like I know for myself when I've had to take this thing, I'm very sensitive to medication. So anything over 3 milligrams leaves me super groggy in the morning and I don't like that feeling. So I stick to 1 to 2 milligrams. I've had people in my family that have taken like 10 milligrams a night and that works perfect for them. So you really have to see for yourself what works. What I recommend is buying the 1 milligram dosage. And then, if you take 1 milligram and 20, 30 minutes later you don't feel anything, you can take another one, right? And then so forth. You can keep going until you find what dosage puts you to sleep, right? You generally don't want to go over 10. That's the recommended, so I think the max dose. But if it takes 5 milligrams, 6 milligrams for you to fall asleep, well then you'll know by taking 1 milligram at a time. But if you take too many, let's say you take two 3s, 2 5s, and it's too much, then that's kind of a problem, right? So then you'll wake up super drowsy, groggy in the morning, and that's just, I don't know about you guys, I don't like that feeling. I hate that. I need to be sharp when I come in. So that's how it works. Now, the reason you don't want to take this long term is because your body already produces it. There's already a cycle in which your body produces this medication. So if you were to start taking exogenous melatonin long term, what's eventually going to happen is your brain is going to go, hey, wait, we don't need to make melatonin tonight. There's already melatonin floating around in the bloodstream. So then it'll shut off its own system to make melatonin. And so long term, what will happen is when you stop taking it, it may take, it depends on your body, days to a couple of weeks to start reproducing melatonin at a high level again that puts you to sleep. So you don't want to take it too often, but here and there if you do need it, and when I say frequently, you can take it a few times a week if you need to. Don't try to make it a habit out of it. But it is a very safe medication. It is what we all prefer patients to take as first-line therapy for sort of insomnia, sleep issues, just because it's safe, right? It's not a hypnotic like Ambien. It's not an anxiolytic like the Xanaxes and things like that are. So it's very, very great. We prefer it in the older population for the geriatric population because it doesn't interfere with medications either. This is an amazing drug. I wish more people did take it. But there are a lot of people that have serious sleep issues and this is just not enough because this is definitely a mild sleep sedative, right? And when you get into the pharmaceuticals, the actual pharmaceutical grade stuff, that's a lot higher in tiers, but melatonin is available over the counter, so it's generally very safe. But guys, I hope that kind of covers everything. Because it's a hormone, because it's like a vitamin, there's no way for me to give you any pharmacology on it in terms of, well, not pharmacology, pharmacokinetics to it. How long does it kick in? How long does it last? there's really no answers to that because it's a hormone and your body makes it and your body responds to it differently. The way you respond to melatonin is going to be different than the way my body responds to melatonin. And so you really just don't have literature on that. So, I like to give you guys numbers if I can. But I hope that helps. Leave any questions, comments down below. Hit subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. And we'll see you next time on Meds Made Easy.